Okay, let's do this. I hate starting videos every time. Feels awkward. All right, we go. We got Tree. That is a professional player apparently. So we got a pro player on your team. Checking something. Okay. First things first, we're going to be running Orb Cast. So this is a composition that doesn't want to play very aggressive. Hope you don't play too aggressive because of this. Flood the ball or the Doom. We're pulling up. You got to be careful because you don't really have much follow-up, nor do you really have much heals. You have Kiriko who can keep you up, but you kind of got to be careful with it. Alright, so in this case, alright, you're already kind of starting off wrong. To be honest, do not push in unless you're like aware of their team comp. Because if they had an Ana right here, what if you just got slept? You would have died. So be very careful if you're making a punch and you're using all your abilities offline. Obviously, I think you live here no problem because they don't do enough damage and you're able to throw up your block and they don't really have CC. But in the off scenario that, hey, they had like a Roadhog or an Ana or, you know, just someone with CC or who can stop you in your block, you kind of would just immediately be fucked there. Gotta be careful. Punch, disengage, and yeah, again, like you just jumped in a little too early. You gotta assess the situation a little more. Your team gotta be ready for you to push. He doesn't really, you don't exactly want to play him like that all the time. Unless you're the best Doomfist in the entire world and you land all your cooldowns ever. But it just doesn't happen. That's just not how it is. Even pros miss. Oh. Now, yeah, so, ooh, nice, I like that. Where you boop the Torb in, that's perfect. That was a good punch. That was a great punch. Again, your team is more of like a setup team. Pharah's gonna be going, okay, okay, don't do the Pharah. Okay, you're not the character to do the Pharah. Go help your team, bro. Okay. Leave it to the rest of your team to duel with the Pharah. Doom can't really do anything unless, again, like unless you're like Zebra or something, punching the Pharah out of midair. But like if you're not punching the Pharah out of midair, don't fight it. There's no point. You kind of just like kind of left your. D.Va walked up for pretty much free, as you can see. They got to kill the Junkrat, and that's when you finally push. Kill your. Okay, you can maybe punish the score, but like you're just kind of stuck in there with no cooldowns again. You're playing Doomfist very selfishly right now. You gotta remember, even if he's a selfish tank, he's still a tank. You have he's still a tank. You still have to be worried about your team. You still gotta like make aggressive plays, not just for you, but for your team. In this case, this is way too aggressive. They already have point. Your team is down. You're down 2 players. And again, like you're contesting and not doing. I don't know if that's a DC or what happened, but that doesn't look good. Okay. Back. Okay, soldier finds 2. Perfect. Let's get in there. Yeah, I think something's messed up. Die again? Oh, you get DC'd. Oh, that's rough. Oh, it's just. Okay, we're back. I want you to brawl their D.Va a little more, honestly. That's what I'm thinking. Because your their D.Va's kind of just playing for free. Like you're just running around. And I'm gonna be honest, you're just not doing very much, dude. Like, yeah, if you brawl their D.Va, make it so their D.Va can't play. Their D.Va is playing super aggressive. This is something you can punish incredibly well. Like, this is another punch that I don't like. Like, you want to use punch as either an engage tool or like a runaway tool or like for movement, stuff like that. But you're engaging before your team. You're like, your team's not here. Yeah, again, it's a similar situation where if they get ready to punish you there, they weren't. But if they were, you'd be dead before your team's even there. You're down your soldier still. You're just kind of punching. You don't want to punch early. Wait for your team. Your team can play off your punches incredibly well. Your punch does a lot of damage, especially the stun punch. Yeah, you can, and again, D.Va can't really fight you. That's another thing. That's why I want you to fight the D.Va so bad, because D.Va cannot fight you. You can fight the D.Va really hard, because what is she going to do to a Doomfist? Punch her through her DM. You can run away from her way quicker than she'll ever be able to chase you. I want you to punish the D.Va so much more. Don't let her play for free. I think I'm overall I just want you to play a little safe. Like, again, like this is a good play, but you don't really have a Tracer following up a lot of the time. Your Mercy's able to help you. She had Valk. But, okay, well. Alright, well that was a good play. You made a good one there. So maybe I put my foot in my mouth a little bit there. That was a good play. You found nice pricks. But, like, as you can see, the difference between when you're engaging, when your team is with you, compared to when your team isn't with you. Like, in this case, you engage. I personally thought I was a little early, but I think I was. But, like, because now you're engaging, you get a huge punch. Like, you find actually like a huge punch to start off thing. You go in there, bam, punched right in there, you hit the Junkrat. That's like pretty much everything. And look, now your Mercy's already healing you. Your Cass is following up on the damage. That's Mercy. But following up on the damage immediately. So Junkrat's dead. That's a huge first pick because of your punch. And they were ready to follow up. See, that's the difference. And then they already got the Kitsune, and then you soldier ult to match, and it's perfect. That was another huge punch. Like, see, the difference was when your team was ready to actually engage. It was an immediate difference. Your soldier dies anyway. Yes, okay. An immediate difference. Now, we're down 2. Your DPS are not here. You want to stall. Now, that's perfect, okay? You punch him and you disengage. That is what I like. So, it's different than when you're, like, punching into their Torbjorn before, because that one, you're engaging into them. But now, because they're engaging into you, it's a lot freer to just go for a punch and then you run away. That is perfect. Gives you a little bit of ult charge, gives you a little bit of shields, and it delays them. They're scared now. They're going to be a little more scared to push that way. Now you have ults, so you can play a lot more aggressive because you have dual. Okay. The punish? Nice. Okay, I like that. Honestly, I would just go straight for the D.Va kill. If this D.Va is that low, when you pop ult, if you pop ult, you land it, D.Va's going to be slowed. She gets hit by almost all that ult. She gets half HP. Immediately what I'd do, punch her into this wall right there, and just shoot her. He dies. And if she doesn't die, she's so low that their supports have to use resources on her. If they're using resources, that's perfect for you. But instead, you kind of just... You punch nothing, and then you slam nothing. So, you could have gained infinite more value if you just punched the D.Va instead of going into something where you don't even know the enemies are. You kind of just slam when you don't even know exactly where they are. Compared to a free kill on a D.Va. Again, it works out. It's fine. I'll be honest, your DPS are kind of going nasty here. And you are doing good engages. But there's just times where I feel like you could just make a lot safer of a play, and you're just going for the more dangerous, flashy play. Don't get me wrong. It's cool when it lands, but it's not always going to land. It's not super consistent. So I want to see a little more consistent, I think. Well, dude. Huh? That is very unlucky. Yeah, punish the perfect. See, good punch. Now she has to walk away. Oh, excuse me. Now she has to walk away. Okay. Also, I don't really know much about Doom perks, which is why I'm not really talking about them. But if I remember correctly, you know what? I'll talk about them after. What I think are the better Doom perks, at least. But that's not with very much Doom experience or watching Doom. Because no one really... I've not really seen any gameplay of him. So I couldn't say for sure, and I might be wrong. But I will talk about it. We got a silly Torb. Also, that is like weirdly meta. Taking turrets on walls. Just like, what are you supposed to do against that? Okay, I don't know why they're just shooting at your block for free. Okay, stop dealing with the turret. Stop dealing with the turret. You're just standing still. If their Torb wasn't stupid, they would stand still and just headshot you and you'd die. Like, stop standing still. Never stand still in Overwatch, even if you're shooting a stationary turret. Oh my god. Oh. Bro. You did the same thing. You engaged for no reason. You have punch here. So you get punched. Right when you get punched, just run away. Get out. You're down players. Your team is main. Your Cass is still running away from spawn. Your Mercy's trying to keep you up because their Torb is shooting you as you're shooting a turret. Don't make this engage. You do not need to do anything here. Instead, you just walk away, wait for your team, and engage together. Instead, you're engaging at half HP, which, by the way, is what gives your supports a heart attack. Do not. You missed your punch, and then you slammed to run away because you panicked, and then fall off the map, bro. Come on. Don't do this. Okay, you have punch again. Play it safe. We're not playing it safe. You're punching in again. Look at your team. They're not ready. Now, in this case, you can go all the way to the back line, but now you're literally stuck behind the entire enemy team. 0 cooldown. Oh, and you TC again. Oh my god. Let me go ball. Okay. I actually like the ball switch. I'm gonna be honest, the Doom wasn't doing much. And this map is so open. I think just in general, this map I think the other map on Lijiang is a lot easier for Control Center because it's just so so much more closed in, and Doomfist loves that. Find a lot more walls to punch against. This map's going to be a lot harder to walk into. And in general, their team comp's going to be very hard to walk into. That's kind of like an issue I think you had in general before, where you couldn't really walk into a Torb. Torb just always lives. But Ball is good. Problem is, their comp is still kind of solid against Ball. I know you mostly really play dive tank, so in general, their team comp is just going to be good at your tank choices, but like, Juno's still a free target here. Hanzo doesn't really do an insane amount of damage against you. Like, his Storm Arrow is a lot, but if he doesn't have Storm Arrow. So, yeah, I do like Ball, though. You can kind of make an engage and just be a distraction. Okay. You should have just grabbed the shields when you saw 4 on your screen. So, this is the big one right here. You saw 4, grab those shields. You're clearly rolling to the team, but you didn't grab it until after you see 3. I would have just grabbed it right on 4, walked away. You should live here because you're Wrecking Ball, but like... Okay, get a good slam. Oh, I would just go for the slam. After you hit him there, if you see a slam, if you hit someone like that when you're like going specifically in an angle where you're like scooping up like that, and you're able... Oh yeah, in this exact angle where you go up and you're going to scoop up a little bit and you can get a slam off, just immediately go for it. Right when you hit the fire, right when you hit the Hanzo, go for the slam. That is the 50 damage from the run through. The slam, which does like, I can't remember how much, like 100 damage, something like that. That's so much burst damage, it's insane. Worst case, and then you just roll away. If you can't confirm the kill, you just roll away. Which is what you do, but like, would have been more efficient if you're standing still to shoot a turret again. Not as bad there because their team isn't there. Okay, leaves Molten Core. Like this, just keep shooting Torb. Yep, they're stupid. Very bad Molten Core. Okay, like that slam, kill the Kiri. Perfect, good slam. That was a good play. I think ignore the D.Va. If she's gone, I would go help with the cleanup. So what I want to see you do is immediately just pressure the Juno. That's all I truly want to see you do, because their team, unless their D.Va's peeling, which I highly doubt, I don't think at this rank they're going to be peeling very often. But instead, I want you to bully D.Va. So you can't really bully Torb, because with his like core form there, I can't remember. He just gains a burst 100 HP. He has armor. He has a ton of DPS. Gotta be very careful when diving a Torb like that. Ooh. Nice, okay. You need to pressure the backline. So he presses early. So now that Torb, now you know that Torb doesn't have cooldown. What you want to do? Now you want to get in on Torb. Perfect. Perfection. The moment you know that Torb doesn't have cooldown, he becomes a fat dude who with like no HP outside of his armor. Like the moment he doesn't have his cooldowns. If you can catch a Torb without cooldowns, that is almost a free kill. Because his headshot is actually like really big in comparison to his body. I would go in supports. Try to shoot the Juno. I like your target focus right. One Juno first. Oh, you should just win. I don't know why she's running. Your ult though. Alright. Oh. Hey, you have Hanzo. Oh, you go for big slam. Okay, so I can talk a little more for Wrecking Ball. Actually, you know what? I'll just leave perks for after. Again. It'll just make it easier. I do like the slam perk. Again, I just want to see you on their backline. Because they don't really have teams that can stop you. Because they're on Zarya now, which even less peel than D.Va ever could. I don't think they're peeling very much. I see you trying to go for the slam with it. Okay, well, what are we giving them shields for? like realistically, what are we giving them shields for? They got the kill. Get in there, nice. Get the slam. Oh, I want to see you slam more. You picked the slam perk, and you're like, you've only used it like a single time. Oh, dude, I almost got the kill. Do we have your ults? At some point. Oh, what was that? Imagine. Also might touch, but you can. Oh. All right, I'm gonna just talk about perks first, just so I don't forget. When you're playing Doomfist, I'm pretty sure you picked a perk that I do not think is very useful. Like, so on Doomfist, I just prove I don't play Doom. So with your first one, this one is like a little iffy. I don't think it really matters that much, but my personal preference, I think you should choose the Rocket Punch gives you ammo. And the reason why is because you can shoot someone now, and then you just give them a simple punch, and it's just like almost a free kill. If you have a powered up punch, you could like say, you know, just slam, powered punch against the wall, and you guaranteed have ammo. And you could do this all while poking before the fight. You can poke, you don't have to be scared of poking. Poke a little bit, then a punch, you're gonna finish off. I missed my punch. But yeah. Because then it's just like guaranteed you're gonna have more ammo. And honestly, I don't really think the extra shields are gonna come and play that much. Unless you're literally landing 5-man of your slams every single time, the extra shields aren't gonna come. But either one, you can kind of pick either of them. The major one was the big one. There's almost no reason to win power major. Like, unless they're running Zarya, there's almost no reason. Block does, I think, let me double check. Let me pull up the wiki if I can double check. But, Block does enough by itself that, like, you don't need to get rid of that 1 second of damage. 1 second of damage is not gonna kill you a lot of the time. And if they're gonna kill you through block, they're gonna kill you through block either way. It doesn't matter. So, I think, let me find it. It is minus 80% damage. So you're technically only adding a 20% increase when you can land hit a 3 or more with slam, gives you a powered punch. Empowered punch is what Doom wants to play for. That is like his bread and butter, his best move in his game is empowered punch. Such a good tool for him. Now, unfortunately, I can't really find a way to land massive empowered punches, like massive slams to kill 3, land on 3, unless I like them. But like, think about it this way. Okay, this is... Yeah. If you get a chance, like, say you're running against a Malco comp, you're running against a Queen comp. Teams are really going to stack up, but they can't really block it without a shield. If you land a slam like that, you have been powered punch now. You land 1 punch, that's a stun. That is so useful. And especially if you combo it with your perk with the with like landing this, like reloads your ammo, so you can like poke. You can land a slam on all of them, punch all of them. That's kills, 3 kills. So just like, they have good synergy. You don't have to use your block to get an empowered punch. I think it's just overall, you're likely going to need it more. Now, there is one scenario where I think that running the block one over empowered punch slam is better. And my one scenario is against Zarya grab. And I think, yeah, best, like, survival of the fittest is good. It's not that bad, but like, I don't know. It's super, I feel like you're going to get more value out of the 1-2 one. Way more than survival of the fit. Like, there's not many times where you're reaching. But like, if you're taking a ton of damage and you're just like, hey, you know, I just want a little more HP just so I can live a little more, then you could take it. Either one, again, you could take it. Matters what your playstyle is. But if you're playing super aggressive, I'd take the punch for ammo. I don't remember which ones you picked exactly, but Block Matrix is good against one thing I can think of, and that is literally Zarya grab. It'll counter like a Zarya grab, which means you have to act very reactionary. Or like, what, you're gonna take no damage from a Diva Bomb. You're gonna like, what, eat a Fire Strike. Like, there's really like no damage, nothing you really need to eat. Unless if you need to eat something that bad, you just play Diva. I know you've played Diva before. I know you can figure it out. Just play Diva if you really want to eat that bad. Oh, Wrecking Ball. For Wrecking Ball, there's actually a couple things I want to mention. A, I want to see you slam one. Like, you just need to slam one. I am gonna get to your other map that you sent it. But like, I don't know how well you're good at the wall bounce tech. Make sure you know it. Fuck. Wall bounce tech. Do that. You can do that all the time on like every map. Just go up to almost a 90-degree wall. Every single time you just fucking go. Slam. You don't need to grapple. And on top of this, what's the point? You did not use any recalls, like, at all. Not even kidding. What pro Wrecking Balls do, like, all the time. So say this is a choke point right here. What they do, they just go like this. Sit up here. Now, once the moment they walk through, free slam. Freest slam ever. It's almost unreactionary for them unless they're, like, wearing the best headphones or have an insane. So, like, almost all the time it is worth it just to go for that slam. But yeah, just go for more slams. As for the perks I'd pick, what I would be picking... Can't play ball. The perks I would be picking is never Steamroller, almost always Pack Rat. So because Roll Impact, especially in their team comp, they're running Diva. You almost are going to gain no value out of booping a Diva because she has a 3.5 second to 4 second flop. So there's kind of no reason to boop her. There's literally almost... So almost always just take Pack Rat. Almost always take Pack Rat. Wrecking Ball wants to be playing more for running around and grabbing health packs than grabbing, than like getting healing from you. Like, the only time I think it's worth it to grab the slam is if A, you're like playing very peel on Wrecking Ball, so you're backing up for your team a ton. If you're peeling a ton, then sure, you can go for it. And grab the slam, and then you're gonna you can boop their queen away or something. If they're running queen, then I think it's not a bad pick. You can boop the queen, it'd be nice. But it's only double on tanks. Tanks already have a decreased amount of knockback being taken. But like, That's enough. Like, you see, that is more than enough, I think, really, to slam. Like, you don't need the extra... Because if you're coming in with fire, you coming in, you booping the Mauga. Okay. Well, you're coming in, you're booping the Mauga. Like, that is enough. That's more than enough. 100, sure. It's further, and it's great. You can boop them really far away. But, like, in comparison to 100 extra healing on every single health pack, including minis, that is so much value. Minis become 175 HP, which is a lot. Like a lot more than a mini would be normally. And megas are 350. That's over half your HP. So yeah, just take that into. As for your other one, it's a similar situation where if you're giving shields to your team a lot, which I actually do see you do a ton, then sure, you can grab it. But like, I honestly think bigger slam a lot of the time is better, especially if you're just like slamming a backline, because you do so much. I don't know if you've ever seen like how much damage it truly does, but just to put it in perspective, it's a lot, because like, say you're slamming a Tracer, look at her HP. 2 melees. 2 melees, which is insane. And yes, it is a little bit slower, but like still. But yeah, in general, slam a little more. That is like the easiest kill of all time. Does so much more damage. It does so much more. And I think if you're closer to them, it does even more. But like, you slam directly on them, and I believe it's just a melee. And it bops them up higher, makes it easier for your team to follow up, especially when you're in. All right, that's my perk talk. Also, I didn't talk too much about the shield perk, but it is useful if like you're just giving out shields a ton. It does make it like more useful. And if you just have no slam targets, like you usually gonna have slam targets. So I would like 70 to 80% of the time pick the slam perk, and then like 95 to 99% of the time you're picking the pack perk over the boop one for tanks. Now we're gonna see some Queen. I like this. Queen is really good on this map, and in general, Queen is just really good right now, especially with the perks. I can talk about Queen perks after this again, just to like talk about it a little bit. So, okay, we're going from early aggression straight to the backline. Main thing you gotta be worried about is your team know you're going for this. They kinda don't. So, and this is the situation where it's like, it is good to go for that type of play, maybe when you're playing with a 5-stack. If you're going for the 5-stack, say like, hey, we're just gonna run on their Hanzo together, and then your team just like, okay, and then you go run the Hanzo, and it's great, find your first pick, and then you run onto the team. That is a great play. If you're wrong, I think you still get this kill, and your team does play fairly safe, so you're good. But that is just something you have to be wary of, is your team not understanding what the play you're trying to make. So you gotta be careful of that. Another thing right now, you should be bullying the tank right now. Just bully the tank. Queen is so good at bullying tanks. So right now, what I would do, instead of going for a knife on that Kiri, grab a knife on the person who's blocking right in front of you. Massive hitbox. Just grab him, and then the moment his thing runs out, which should be running out pretty soon here, you just pull him in, and then bam. He's just like in such a bad position, and they're at least forced to use cooldowns. That's the minimum thing. You want to force cooldowns out of the enemy, because that is a knife for you in comparison to like a Suzu for them. That is almost always worth it. Yeah, just bully the Ramattra. That's my favorite thing to do in Queen, is just bully the Ramattra. You're ignoring them a little too much. In this case, they just had a lot of healing. Or, they had a lot of healing on their ramp. Your Moira goes down really early from a headshot. Great headshot. Thinking. I think at this point, like, if you're right in front of, if both people are in front of you, instead of bullying the Ram, just start bullying the supports. If their Moira just walks on you, might as well just start. I think your team just kind of got cooked when the Hanzo found a vein opening pick on your Moira. It just happens sometimes. Hanzo just does that. Funny character. Now you're... Ooh, wait, Venture finds a pick. That is huge. So now you can walk in. You know for sure, even if the Venture dies, that it's an even fight. So just walk in, take space. Perfect. So they're all blocked up. Perfect. Go on the Moira. Go on the Moira. Force fade. No. Moira now has no fade. I don't think... Actually, I didn't see her leave. Okay. Your Queen is... You're playing, like, very... both aggressive and passive at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. It's like you're going aggressive, but at weird times. You also need to work on your knife aim just a tiny bit. You're kind of whiffing on a lot of these knives, I'm gonna be honest. It happens, but just, you know, think about trying to maybe... You can go into an aim trainer, just lock Queen, and just work on your knife. I think that's the use. You want to play more Queen. They are coming up in their ult, and they do have Suzu and Moira. So don't ult to kill the Moira or the Kiriko, because they're probably going to cleanse it. But what you want to do is you want to wait for them to use their Suzu, and then you want to use your Queen ult. You almost always want to wait for it, because it's like... I don't know why we looked away with X, but, you know. Team is just not here. I'd probably... doing. Your team's being very strange as well. Nice, nice. Yeah, I would just go to point. Go to point. Your team will follow. Go straight to point. Just go straight to point. They're gonna be either. No, no, no. Don't flank. Don't flank. They're not there. Go to point. Not there. You can hear fighting. If you hear the Ram fighting, go to the Ram. Go fight where their Ram is, because that's likely where their team is. You're actively hearing them. You are holding a flank. That is what your, like, bencher or Mei should be doing, not your tank. You do not hold the flank. You're not the DPS. Why are you flanking? No. You're not playing ball. You're not playing ball. You gave up. Okay. Right now, you 100%, just because of a single Hanzo, you gave up the entire point. The entire objective. You are the tank. It's on the objective. Your team is dying. You killed 2 or 3 players on your team to kill a single Hanzo. Yes, and the worst part is because your Venture found 2, it might actually do it. Okay, so now we want to fight objective. Kiri's 1. Again, oh my goodness, because your Venture finds 2, so now it's winnable. Oh my goodness. You kind of, okay. Right now, just walk through the ring. Oh, okay. I didn't say this at the beginning, but there's a bug right now where it just it disconnects. It like disconnects. There's a bug. It's really annoying. Which is also another reason why I've kind of delayed making this for a second, because it literally just disconnects. It's so annoying trying to watch code and it just disconnects me. God, I hate it. All right. As I was kind of saying, you let their Ram bully you way too hard right there. For that point. Oh my goodness. If it doesn't one more time, I might have to just call. Because I don't want to do this over and over again. I did still get 1 map in at least. And I'm just gonna be real, dude. Your queen needs work. It needs work. You need to play more aggressive or less aggressive. I couldn't tell you. It just needs. I'll try one more time. But again, if it disconnects, I'm probably just gonna there. Then okay, yep. I'm probably just gonna call it here, unfortunately. So at the very end, you were trying to kill the Kiriko through the Ram, but you were walking left and right, strafing left and right instead of walking forward. Just walk forward on the Kiriko. The worst thing is, even if they have to back up, because their Kiriko is gonna have to back up, you're just taking free space. Walk them into your Venture. Your Venture was behind them. So you just walk them into your Venture, walk them back, scare them back, and if you die, then you die. But like, at that point, you know, it already been cooked. I think you would have died either way. So you might as well just try to go for that Kiriko kill before you die, or you can get it and maybe live. But yeah, just walk. You're playing too passively on Queen, and you're flanking too hard. You remember, you are the tank. You are what they want to. You want them to shoot at you because you have the resources to live up. Most of the time, at least. You need to hold the objective a lot of the time. You're not flank watching. That you did a really bad on Queen. Do not go flank watching on Queen unless they're literally like destroying your team so hard, like to the point where they're like hacking, cheating on your team. Don't go and fight the off. All right, I hope that helped. Ask me questions and stuff. Sorry, the thing's bugged, so I can't rewatch anymore. Like, God, Overwatch needs to fix their replay viewer. All right, peace.